And welcome to Lost Creek, West Virginia, where the South Harrison Hawks play host to the Ritchie County Rebels. Good evening from Gary Barnett Field. I am Tom Sears. Alongside me, Danny Knight. And Danny, we said it last week, this is the biggest game of Chris Underwood's coaching career.
There's absolutely no doubt about it, and this is a big game all the way around, really in Class Single A. And I tell you, when I got here tonight and just I see the crowd and I feel the atmosphere, this is my thought. South Harrison football is back. And it was only a 1 year where it was a rough season, but you could feel like, the morale was maybe down. But, I mean, this feels like South Harrison football's back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it absolutely does, and I tend to agree with you. When you take a look, though, at this Ritchie County Rebel football team, there's no doubt that they are ready to play some football. They come in 4-1 on the year, ranked number 6 in the state of West Virginia, and Coach Rick Hott is back at the helm. I think this is his second or third year back for Ritchie County, and he was the one that led them to some success in the past. And I'll tell you, Danny, this is going to be an epic matchup. South Harrison has, in fact, been playing better football. We've talked about it. They have evolved. They are growing. They are getting better. We've seen Coach Underwood use different variations of various offensive schemes, but the mindset remains the same. Hard-nosed, tough, physical football.
No question. And let me say this. Ritchie County is for real. I mean, they're for real. They're a legitimate playoff team and maybe even more as far as a contender in Single A. What we're going to find out tonight is South Harrison for real. Now, I know I just said South Harrison football is back, and what I mean by that is, hey, this is a big game, and it should be a big game in the area. With their record being 3-2, they're in the top 16, all those things. But this is an opportunity for them to prove themselves and really say, hey, we're for real, because Ritchie County is for real.
They absolutely are. The common opponent for both football teams thus far, the Doddridge County Bulldogs, who remain undefeated, number 1 in the state of West Virginia. They're 5-0. South Harrison went to West Union the first game of the year. We've seen some signs of success, and we walked away from that game saying, hey, the Hawks look better. But evaluate where we are now 5 weeks later in this season from game 1 to tonight's game.
I think we're a different football team right now as we stand here than we were week 1. They've improved really in every area each week. And so I think if they played right now, I think it would be – I don't know that the outcome would be different, but I think it would be a different type of ball game. I mean, if you compare the two games, Ritchie County gave Doddridge a much more competitive football game than we did. But, again, that was our first game of the season, and the improvement's been great since then. So I think this is a different football team, and my sense and feel is that we have a chance here tonight. They're going to have to play really good. I mean, the improvement's going to have to continue. I think they're going to have to be – they will have to play their best game of the season by far tonight to be competitive. I think they're poised to do that.
Ritchie County was in a position to beat Doddridge County when they met. As you know, Doddridge County was able to hold on for that victory. South Harrison, as you state, much improved from game 1 to where we are now. What are the keys for Coach Underwood? What do you think he's saying? Because we talked about it last week, and I've mentioned it already this evening. This is the biggest game of his coaching career. I mean, this win brings a ton of legitimacy to your coaching resume.
Absolutely. I think he's telling them, hey, guys, this is a big game. We belong here. Let's go out there and show everybody, that we're South Harrison and that we can beat anybody. I think the keys to the game, from my perspective, is balance. We've kind of talked about that every week. I think it can't just be all McFadden. Obviously, you want it in his hands as much as possible, but you got to use Robinson with his feet and with his arm, and there has to be balance. Some other runners have done well, especially last week. So I think balance, and I'm going to tell you, they have to limit mistakes.
Yeah.
They can't turn the football over. They can't have penalties that set them behind the chains. Limit the mistakes, have balance on offense, and then continue the steady play on defense. They've tackled really well. They've played good. stop the run, make Ritchie County have to throw the football.
Do you think tonight, do you expect to see a pretty consistent performance from the defensive side of the ball? Is there more pressure on the offense, I guess maybe is what I'm asking?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like the defense will continue to perform. They have every week. The pressure is on the offense. Can they, get better and start to roll and produce something? If they can, if this offense can score points, then South Harrison has a real chance tonight.
Big football game here tonight at Gary Barnett Field in Lost Creek, West Virginia. Again, the South Harrison Hawks, number 14, finally in the playoff talk tonight, would go a long ways in solidifying that positioning. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk Coach's Cook-Off and be able to pick a winner there, but hopefully by halftime. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Hello, this is Tom Sears. I wear many hats, but I would like to speak to you about one of the more important ones. I just wanted to encourage you and let you know there is hope, and it's spelled Jesus. He is your answer, your help, and He is your hope. I pastor at New Beginnings Church, and if you don't have a home church, I wanted to personally invite you to ours. We offer various ministries, but our focus is reaching people where they are. Our service begins at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings, and we are located in Good Hope, and I hope to see you there. A lot of festivities here tonight at Gary Barnett Field, and both teams on the football field warming up. Big game here in Lost Creek. Some of the other things happening around here, there was a tailgate party. The middle school, a lot of the middle school students, I was really proud of them, stayed after school, made signs. But WDTV came to town and did their version of Game Day. And I noticed that the anchors split. One put the Ritchie County helmet on, and one put on the South Harrison Hawks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and again, that's one of the some of the evidence that South Harrison football is back. That obviously this is a big game. They know it. That's why they're here this week. So appreciate that from WDTV, and glad to see that one of them is confident that the Hawks can get the win tonight.
Need a favor from our listening audience. I have someone reporting that we don't have any sound. So if you're listening and you are having sound, please send either me a text or go on the Spreaker app there and let us know that it is working or not working. It's hard for us to tell. We are trying to work on a solution. So we're talking. Hopefully someone's listening.
Hopefully someone can hear us,
yeah.
Yes.
So, we participated once again in the Coach's Cook-Off. This week was assistant coach Zach Hayhurst, and somewhere along the way, and I think it started with Coach Dawson's rattlesnake stew, they adopted the snake theme, I guess. So tonight, Coach Hayhurst did python pork steak, which,
yes.
Yeah. So we had that. He had mashed potatoes, he had gravy, and rolls and butter. And you were listening. And I just got our live stream to work, and we are making noise out there.
People can't hear.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I was nervous about when you said Zach was going to do it one week. I immediately expressed concern, knowing Coach Hayhurst pretty well. But you quickly said no. He's a good cook, and Zach last week was very confident. So I actually looked forward to it, and I was not disappointed. I don't know how much you want to go into all the details of it, but
I think we go into the details now,
okay.
And I think we pick a winner at halftime.
Okay. I mean, I was excited coming in, and it was good. And I tell you, I had not eaten, so I was extra hungry.
Yeah.
So that's probably an advantage a little bit, but it was really good. The gravy was good. It was good. The mashed potatoes, everything. I mean, there was nothing that was bad. I mean, like, legit, that was good. I tell you what, this is a tight competition because everyone has done a great job. Like, it really is been good. Now, there was some sort of dessert thing as well that I had. It had some chocolate. It was like
Chex mix.
And it was. Anyway, that was really, really good, and that's going to probably get some kind of bonus points from me because I enjoyed that. So it's all good, all thumbs up from me.
So let's do a breakdown of what's happened thus far. Week 1 was Coach Tate's lasagna, and there was no competition, so it was hard to compare, right?
Right.
So then came Coach Dawson's rattlesnake stew, which did not have rattlesnake in it. It was chicken.
I think we should let people think that.
Man, I'm not going to be eating no rattlesnake.
I would have tried it if it was. I mean,
I know you would have.
I definitely would have. But anyway, it was.
So it was also very good. We picked unanimously. We picked Coach Tate's lasagna because we said that if they were sitting side by side, both of us would have went for the lasagna instead of the soup or the stew. And it was very good. I'm just not a big stew or soup guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of meat and potatoes.
Right.
Which we got tonight.
We did have that tonight, so it sounds like that's an advantage for Coach Hayhurst. We'll see.
And I I'll tell you another thing was that I came into tonight knowing that Zach could cook.
Right. Okay.
Okay. But I had never had, to my knowledge, anything Coach Tate or Coach Dawson had prepared.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. Coach Dawson had some jerky one time, which was pretty legit.
Yeah.
But other than that, so, I mean, like, I don't know, that was an advantage. But it doesn't matter how you come into it, what your thoughts are. It all comes down to how it tastes.
How it tastes. So what did you think? I mean,
I thought it was very good.
Yeah, you enjoy it. I knew you were excited about it. I mean,
yeah.
I was too, but I know this is really your style of food. So we're both expert eaters, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, like, I love lasagna.
Yeah.
You've never had my lasagna. I need to hook you up with mine.
Absolutely.
It's super good.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
The look in your eyes scared me there. But
no, I was looking up at my son because I thought he was nodding his head, but I think he's just bouncing to the.
So it was. It's good. You like it? Oh, he didn't make me feel good about it. He said he has no idea.
So I can tell you this. I'll tell you this, and maybe we'll do this, but I can tell you that my family, when we go out and have lasagna in other places, they always compare it to my lasagna.
Nice.
Yeah, right. It is. It's good.
Hey, I'll be glad to eat your lasagna anytime.
I don't like the way you said that.
That's how I feel. I say what I feel.
South Harrison High School cheerleaders out there on the field performing for the crowd before we get going here. We are about 14 minutes away from kickoff here. And again, add a bunch of drama to this, the fact is this is a very big high school football game, not just for South Harrison, not just for Ritchie County, but for the entire state. This is a big game.
It's going to impact the playoff race. I mean, whoever wins this game has a leg up as far as making the playoffs. And Ritchie County being 4-1, or only having one loss coming in here, this would be a big win for them that could help them to have a home playoff game. So this game is going to have an impact and ramifications on the playoffs. We hope that it's a big boost for South Harrison.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it? 4-1, number 6 in the state of West Virginia. Bonus points would be.
The points.
Oh, man.
And they're going to keep winning. You got to imagine they're going to keep winning, so those points keep rolling in. And so it's there's no doubt this is a big-time opportunity tonight for South Harrison to prove something and also really take control of a playoff run.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. South Harrison High School student body, South Harrison Middle School student body have been here for a long time today. They have hung around to cheer on the Hawks. We have concluded Little Miss Hawk, an annual event here during football season. We're a week away from homecoming. The stage is set for what could be a very special season. We talked about it. The first 2 games of the year, if you could find a way to get through those first 2 games, you probably could, do well the rest of the way. And so far, so good.
Yeah, we definitely felt that way, and it's proven itself. We felt like there's a lot of winnable games. Now, that being said, we did not foresee Ritchie County having this many wins and being this good.
That's true. That's a
we
good
did
point.
not foresee Tigers Valley being undefeated right now, right? And they're in the top 4, I believe, in the state. So, although we still feel they are winnable games, but now what that does is it makes it very intriguing because there are so many points out there available to the Hawks for a playoff run.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
Back inside here at Gary Barnett Field as the South Harrison High School Marching Band performs the alma mater. Following will be our national anthem. South Harrison High School Marching Band performing the national anthem. We are under 10 minutes away from a kickoff here in Lost Creek. Danny, this past week, you had an opportunity to take one of your young men from the golf team to compete for a golf state championship. How'd that go?
Went great. Dakota McNeamer, a junior golfer, had qualified. We talked about it last week for the state tournament in Wheeling, held at Ogilby Park on the Jones course. And Dakota did a tremendous job. I mean, he performed the goals we set. He really met them and even exceeded them. It's a very tough test for any golfer. They make that course really difficult. It's a tough atmosphere, and Dakota met the challenge, played well, finished 14th in single A among 40 other golfers. So really good. He was only 6 strokes out of being all state, and so proud of him and what he's done. He had a great time. It was a tremendous experience because he's a junior and he'll be back, and it really kind of set the tone for what could set up to be a really special season for us next year with all of our golfers coming back. So I just want to congratulate Dakota and thank his parents who have been tremendous in supporting him and our whole team. I could not do what I've done. We couldn't do everything that we have done without them. They've been awesome, and so special thanks to them. But if you see Dakota, congratulate him. He did good, and a lot of exciting things with golf.
It's a tremendous accomplishment. I don't know the last time we sent a golfer to compete in the state golf tournament. So, I mean, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Dakota, and we'll be excited to see what he does next year.
Yeah, he works hard, and I expect him to improve. Ethan Titus, also a tremendous golfer. He's improving, and we have a chance definitely next year as a team to compete on a state level again, and so I'm excited about that.
South Harrison High School football team just made their way onto the field. Danny, I'll tell you, I've never quite seen something like this before. Their cheerleaders and some student body down on the football field to welcome Ritchie County. I'd never seen that before.
I have not either. I wondered, there was a bunch of students that came from that side of the field over there. I didn't know what was going on. But I tell you what, the atmosphere here tonight is great. The fans are fired up. It's been good crowds all season. This is definitely the biggest crowd. Ritchie County traveled well. The Hawk team is fired up. And I don't know that it gets much better than this, Tom.
I would tend to agree. Captains are ready to meet at midfield. And it's an exciting atmosphere, Danny, as you've pointed out. Be anxious to get this football game started and see how it goes. This is the biggest challenge for the Hawks yet this season, and so we'll see how it goes. Entering the press box here with us is assistant coach Zach Hayhurst, who made the Python pork steak and mashed potatoes with some gravy. And check back with us at halftime, Coach, because we'll let you know, where you are on the list there.
Well, I can tell you this: it was good. We'll take that into consideration.
I have to tell the listening audience what he just said.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said the python steaks were a little stale because he had to set traps for 2 weeks to get the snake.
To get enough, you have to have a lot of meat to feed everybody.
It was not python, everyone. So.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good. If that's python, I'd eat it.
I'll eat it again.
Captains meeting at midfield representing your South Harrison Hawks. Number 75, Trey Waller. Number 14, Landon McFadden. Number 10, Jaron Robinson. And number 65, Ethan Kelly. Try to get a number check there on the Rebels. The Rebels won the toss. They will defer to the second half. So the Hawks are going to get the football first. Out there for the Rebels, number 44, Garrett Owens. 56, Ryan Scott. Number 55, Brandon Bowie. And number 71, J.D. Schaefer.
Well, we're going to get the ball first. I like that. I don't have a problem with that at all. Gives this Hawk offense an opportunity to show something right off the bat. And I tell you, I hope they kick it to Landon McFadden. I think that, a special teams play, a big special teams play, could go a long way on helping them pull the upset here tonight. And I tell you, if McFadden gets it in his hands, he has a chance to make a big play.
I would have to believe that Rick Hott is not going to let that happen. We'll see.
Yeah, you would think not, but sometimes teams, they come in and they're like almost like, hey, we can stop anybody, and they like to. It's almost a prove a point. I don't think it's a good idea, but I guess I'm hoping they kick it to McFadden.
Looks like number 33 for the Rebels, Trey Moss, is going to line up to kick it away. Back deep for the Hawks. Looks like Landon McFadden back there, all pumped up and ready to go. And for that senior, you would have to imagine that the energy is just flowing through his body. Also back there with McFadden is number 3, Jacob Haddix. Let's see what the Rebels decide to do here on this opening kick. Moss approaches, and the ball is in flight. It's a low kick, takes a hop, goes through the hands of Jacob Haddix. He picks it up at the 15. It's up over the 20. Tries to cut back to the inside to the 25. Brought down around the 25-yard line. And that's where the Hawks will start this drive.
Pretty good kickoff. They definitely kicked it to the opposite side of McFadden. Pretty good return. It wasn't bad. Sets them up with, just average field position here. But we're going to find out if there's any new wrinkles. We'll see. The Hawk offense has kind of developed its identity as the weeks have progressed. But it seems like each week there's been a little bit of a different wrinkle. Do they have something up their sleeve tonight?
Interesting that I'm looking at the chains, which we obviously use, and they're correcting it. I was going to say the chains and the down marker are not in the same place. Here we go. Robinson out of the pistol. Snap comes back. He's going to run an option. He decides to keep it. Gets back up maybe to the 26-yard line. Not a whole lot happening there. He's brought down by number 43 for the Rebels, Jackson Dingus.
Well defended that time. I mean, that's how you want to defend the option. They gave the quarterback the opportunity to keep it, but there was a linebacker right there to make the tackle. They prevented the pitch to McFadden. So good defensive start there for Ritchie County. But I like the play call, something a little bit different on play one, just keeping the variety out there.
Snap back, handoff to McFadden, straight up the middle, running hard. Gets tackled low. Gets up to about the 29-yard line. Number 33, Trey Moss, on the tackle.
That's their bread and butter play from last week. They brought Haddix in motion. They set him up behind the tackle, and then they use him as a lead blocker, giving it to McFadden, that time to the left. It was a pretty good hole. You'll take that, about a 4 or 5 yard gain, something like that.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Hawks. Trips to his left. Fakes the handoff McFadden. And Robinson attempts to get it out there to Haddix. It is incomplete, and the Hawks will punt it away. What did you think about the first offensive possession there?
I don't necessarily mind the play calls. They did some things different. I mean, you don't want a 3 and out. The one thing I didn't like there on that, it was a pass play on 3rd and 6, but they rolled Robinson out to his left, so he was going again. You could see he was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was difficult for him to be able to come up and throw that. I would have liked that play to the other side of the field.
I agree. Thomaschek punted away, and it is a good one. Gus Morrison chases it down for the Rebels. He's tackled by number 31, Zach Hogshead. at the Rebel 35-yard line, and that's where Ritchie County will get things going here. Again, the number 6 team in the state of West Virginia coming to Lost Creek tonight with a 4-1 record, looking to knock off the Hawks, who as of late are climbing in the rankings themselves. 1st and 10 from the 35.
We'll see if this Hawk defense can continue its steady play. It's been playing well all season long.
Number 10, Ethan Hott at quarterback. Hands it off to Moss. He's got some speed. Gets to the outside near the first down marker. He'll be tackled there by number 21, Noah Dyer. But you can see right off the bat why Ritchie County is successful, and Moss is a big reason why.
No doubt, really good, really well blocked up front. There was a good push by the offensive line. The running back, though, quick. You could just see the quickness. It actually looked like for a second maybe they were going to have him stopped, and he just kind of made a little quick move and got through. So big first down run for Ritchie County.
9-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 1. Moss under center. Snap comes back. Hott hands it off to, again, that is number 33, Trey Moss, who gets to midfield and picks up a Rebel first down.
One of the things South Harrison's done really well is they've stopped the run for the most part after the first couple games. So in their 3-game winning streak, they've stopped the run well. They're going to have to do that tonight to win, but it's been 2 very successful running plays, the first 2 offensive plays for Ritchie County.
Ball right at midfield, 1st down and 10. Hott under center. Hands off to number 44, Garrett Owens. He's brought down there by number 53, Jason Lassamar. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards. The ball down to the South Harrison 46-yard line brings up 2nd down and 6.
Ritchie County, looking at them, not a real big team. We've definitely seen some bigger teams, but I'll say this, that offensive line may not be big, but it is getting a push up front.
Hand off to Moss, tries to get to the outside, cuts back, has a first down. Robinson able to tackle him down at the South Harrison 35-yard line. But again, Ritchie County being very efficient and moving the chains.
Moving the football very well, running it, executing each play. Moss has been an issue already here tonight. You're just quick. You can see the quickness. Not a real big back. I think maybe even a little bit tough for the defenders to see till he gets out of the backfield area. But almost, I'm going to describe maybe a little bit of a scat back kind of look, at least so far what we've seen.
Now out of shotgun, snap back to Hott. Quick pass out to number 9, his receiver, Morrison. Gets down to the 30 and is tackled by 14, Landon McFadden. That's going to be a gain of 5 and bring up 2nd down and 5.
What I see here with this offense for the Rebels is confidence. Do you see that? I just kind of, just in watching, they seem very confident, very much already kind of in a rhythm. Like they know what they want to do on offense. They have an identity, and you can see that they execute very well.
2nd down and 5 from the South Harrison 30. Movement on the line that I think is against the Rebels. We'll see what the call is. It is. False start, back them up 5, brings up 2nd down and 10 now from the South Harrison 35-yard line. But, Danny, they are able to pick up yards in large chunks.
Yeah, you can see that here early on. They definitely are very good offensively. That's a good penalty, though, for South Harrison. That's very helpful, pushing them back to 2nd and 10. I talked about mistakes hurting South Harrison. That one hurts Ritchie.
Handoff to number 44, Owens. He gets down inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 3.
Just a straight run off tackle right. That's the bigger back of the 2. That's a nice change of pace, really a good 1-2 punch. Totally different style, more of a straight north and south, bigger runner, just kind of straight through the line. It's a big 3rd down here. The Hawks can tighten up. We've seen their defense do that at times this year where they've bent a little bit, but then they've stiffened up when they've needed to.
They need it now. Under center, Hott. Snap back, hands it off to Moss. Moss straight up the middle. The Hawks, I believe, able to keep Moss from a first down, but it'd be 4th and 1 on the tackle there, number 75, Trey Waller.
Surely it's 4-down territory here. They're going to go for it. Be a tremendous opportunity for the Hawks to get a big-time stop. It is only a short yard. There's not a lot that they have to get here to get the first down.
Big 4th down. Oh, my. Hands it off to Moss. He's off to the races and into the end zone for a Ritchie County touchdown.
Sometimes you see that on those 4th and shorts where everyone's gearing up to try to make that quick initial stop, and then the back gets through the hole, and then he's gone, and that's what happened there. I tell you, the quarterback did a really good job. The back was a little bit split out further. He did a good job to get out there quick enough to get him the handoff, and then he was through the hole and into the end zone.
It looks like the Rebels will go for 2 here. Fakes the handoff to Moss and passes it into the end zone to Gus Morrison. 2-point conversion attempt is good. The score here 8-0. I'll tell you, Ritchie County has a very impressive-looking offense.
They do. We said it. They're for real, and they just showed that. I mean, that was an impressive opening drive. The execution was impressive. The level in which the confidence that they had running those plays. Really, I want to call it the ball handling ability of the quarterback there on that handoff on the touchdown, and then he made a really nice play action fake there, and then able to get the pass off quickly for the 2-point conversion. We knew they were for real, but I'm very impressed with that opening drive from the Rebels.
5:58 to go here in the first quarter, and Ritchie County strikes first, leading 8-0. Both teams making their way back onto the field. As we prepare for this kickoff, Moss will kick it away to the Hawks.
Not really the start that Coach Underwood and the Hawks were looking for, but nonetheless, it is what it is, and they now need to respond. This is where we said really the pressure is on the offense. They really need to be able to put points on the board. They need to be able to answer that opening drive.
Moss kicks it away. It's a low kick. Bounces off the chest of Preston Peck, and he falls on top of it at the South Harrison 44-yard line.
Good job by Peck there to get on the ball. It was a line drive. I think they were really trying to get – there's the way South Harrison lines up their return team, there is a really big hole kind of in the middle of the field behind that front line, and I think they were trying to line drive it into that hole. It actually hit Peck, but he did a great job of getting on it. Sets up South Harrison with good field position.
1st and 10. Officially the spot is at the 45-yard line. Snap back to Robinson. Hand off to McFadden. And he has hit immediately by number 55, Brandon Bowie, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
There were 4 or 5 Rebels in the South Harrison backfield. McFadden did a good job really just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, he really had to fight just to get there, but the penetration by the defensive line and a little bit of a run blitz there by the linebackers had a lot of Rebels in the South Harrison backfield.
Second down and 10. Robinson drops the pass. Pressure. Throws it straight down the middle of the field. The intended receiver there, number 3, Jacob Haddix. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 10.
Haddix was well covered there. There was really 3 receivers, although he was kind of in the middle of them. Somehow the pass got in between all of those, but it was just a little bit too much on the inside. I'm going to call it somewhat of a seam route there by Haddix, not able to convert on it. But you can see South Harrison definitely running some different plays here, probably feeling, like we said, they need to have some balance to try to attack this defense.
Robinson rolls out, looks up the field. He's got a man open. That is McFadden. Into his hands and bounces out not able to hold on, but I'll tell you, number 12, Blaine Bowie, was on the coverage, and he did a pretty good job.
You give him tons of credit because the defender made the play. That was a perfect throw by Robinson, and McFadden was a step behind the defender. That could have been a touchdown. Ritchie County's defender was able to get his hand up and I think even get a little bit of a hand on the ball there to kind of help knock it away. That was almost a big-time play for the Hawk offense. They could have really used that.
Thomas Check will punt it away. It's a good punt. Takes a hop at the 20 and then a Ritchie County bounce to about the 21. Parker Bunch able to come up with it, and that's where the Rebels will start, at their own 21-yard line.
We'll see if Coach Hathaway there in the defense comes up with any kind of adjustments after that opening drive. Definitely Ritchie County did what they wanted to, moved right down the field for that opening touchdown. Defense here needs to try to get a stop on this next possession.
Here come the Rebels. Hott is under center. Man in motion. It's number 22, Caden Procasina. Gets the handoff. Not a whole lot happening there as McFadden able to wrap him up after a gain of 1.
Brought him in motion that time and handed it to him. Kind of a jet sweep action to the right side of the field. I tell you, McFadden made a really good play to stop him because there was a lot of green if he does not make that tackle. And I got to be honest, I don't know that a lot of players would have been able to make that tackle. So I want to give credit to McFadden for making that play.
2nd down and 9 from the 22-yard line. Hott hands it off to Moss. Moss hit immediately by number 75, Trey Waller. Also in on that tackle, number 10, Jaron Robinson. Gain of maybe 1, at the most 2, brings up 3rd down.
Ritchie County doing a good job of using the motion, and they've got backs in some different spots and line up. It just seems like they're using the motion and the formations to keep that Hawk defense on its heels a little bit, trying to see where the ball is going to go. Good ball handling again by the Ritchie County quarterback. But nonetheless, the Hawks on those first 2 plays have adjusted a little bit and got stops.
3rd down and 8, 3:35 to go. Handoff to, I lost it.
It ended up being handed off to 44, I believe.
That is Garrett Owens. Gain of 1. Brings up 4th down, so the Hawk defense did their job.
They did, 3 and out, nice job. It was a tough play to watch. It was a good fake. I thought that it was a play-action pass, and the next thing you know, the quarterback didn't have the ball, but the Hawks were there.
It's a good punt. Takes a hop at the 43 and is going to settle right around the 43. That's where the Hawks will start. If they can get something going offensively here, Danny, be a really good opportunity to get back in this football game.
No question, and it is really good field position again for the 2nd time in a row, and the offense really needs to answer the bell here if they possibly can to stay in the game. I mean, it's so early, but the defense did their part, getting the stop. Now the offense, if they can play complementary football and get a scoring drive.
1st down and 10 from their own 43. Here come the Hawks. Snap back to Robinson. Hand off to McFadden. McFadden has some room. Straight up the middle, gains 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice run by McFadden. It was a good hole there. I tell you, it looked close to maybe even being broken for a bigger run. So really good 1st down play for the Hawks to kind of get this drive going.
2nd down and 5 from the 48-yard line. It's the biggest gain of the evening for the Hawks. Snap back, hand off McFadden, straight up the middle, wrapped up early. He's right at midfield, and they'll blow the play dead at midfield. That'll officially be a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Just really the same play the last couple of times. Big 3rd down play here, but I see an opportunity there where, Robinson makes that handoff. He could fake that, I think, and keep it around the end. They may be setting that up. It seemed to me that Robinson was looking after he made the handoff. It definitely is there if they want it.
And off McFadden has the 1st down, running hard, still on his feet. 2nd effort gets him down inside Ritchie County territory, down to the 42-yard line. Tremendous run.
McFadden is such an impressive running back because he really does it all, and I don't know how. I mean, he's not a big kid. He's quick, he's fast. You got both of those things. But he runs strong, he breaks tackles, and he just runs so hard, fighting for every yard, diving for those last couple yards after a nice run.
1st and 10 from the Rebel 42-yard line. Snap back. This time to McFadden. Just keeps it and runs ahead. He's near another 1st down inside the 35-yard line. See where the spot is. I think he's going to be just short, but another nice run by McFadden.
The Hawk offense starting to click here. That's what we needed to see, and you can see their confidence growing. Now it's Ritchie County's defense kind of back on their heels a little bit.
2nd down and 1 from the 33-yard line. Need the 32. McFadden runs again. Has a 1st down. He's down to the 30-yard line. Very vanilla, but also very effective.
It's working. I mean, the game always does come down to blocking and tackling, execution, and they're doing that. The offensive line is making the holes, and, of course, McFadden's getting through them and breaking some tackles along the way. 2 quick 1st downs. The Hawk offense is moving.
1st down and 10, under 15 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. The Hawks are driving. Snap back. Fake the handoff to McFadden, and Robinson did, in fact, keep it. Not a whole lot there. Gained maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, not a whole lot. It seemed like the timing was off just a little bit. He was initially kind of hit there after he faked the handoff. He did break away from that to get the short 2-yard gain.
That brings the 1st quarter to a close. The score here, Ritchie County 8, South Harrison nothing, but South Harrison on the move. Stay tuned.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Back here at Gary Barnett Field, where the Hawks are trailing the Ritchie County Rebels 8-0, but their offense looks like it is starting to move in the right direction. 2nd down and 9. Snap back. Hand off to Haddix, who runs hard and runs ahead. We've been seeing him come on as of late. He's going to pick up about 7 there and bring up 3rd down and short.
He's definitely been running with more confidence and more aggressively, and that's what I mentioned earlier. They've started to see some other backs, specifically Haddix, step up and make some plays, and I think that only makes this offense better. It does give McFadden a chance to breathe a little bit, keeps him fresh, and it keeps the chains moving.
3rd down and 4 from around the 23-yard line. Snap back to Robinson. Hand off to Haddix. Haddix runs hard, and he's going to be stopped. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. McFadden is on the sideline. 4th down.
Coach Underwood definitely sending him back in for this play. Wouldn't be surprised if he's back at the quarterback position just for a straight run from there, using Robinson as a lead blocker as well. We'll see what they come up with on this big 4th down play.
McFadden is back on the field indeed at the quarterback position. Snap back to McFadden. Following the block of Jaron Robinson, gets to the outside. He has enough for a South Harrison 1st down, and the chains are going to move, and they're doing enough. They're doing enough to move those chains.
Exactly right. They are just enough to get that 1st down. I thought Ritchie County may have jumped off sides there. McFadden did a good job with the voice inflection. The officials didn't call it. South Harrison didn't need it. McFadden had enough on the run for the 1st down.
Robinson awaits the snap back, hands it off to McFadden. McFadden takes a hit in the backfield, stays on his feet, bounces off, and takes off to the end zone. McFadden with a South Harrison touchdown.
Wow, what a run by McFadden. He got hit. As soon as he got the football, he got hit. I think a lot of running backs go down. He did not. He bounced off. Not only did he bounce off, but he went on a straight line right through the Ritchie County defense and right into the end zone for a big-time touchdown.
Landon McFadden just putting this team on his back this entire offensive possession, and it paid off. South Harrison in the end zone, and now going to attempt a 2-point conversion. The 2-point conversion attempt was good, but the snap came in as a South Harrison player was running onto the field.
Yeah, they must not have had enough guys out there. The player was running out trying to get on the field in time. McFadden had his back to him and didn't know when it hadn't snapped the ball, so he was in motion. Really, they could have just held the guy. It was a back. They could have held him off. You could go with 10 players.
You definitely could have, plus there were still 9 seconds on the play clock. I don't think McFadden knew.
He didn't know. Yeah, he had his back to it. He was unaware. Unfortunate because he was able to get into the end zone there for the 2-point conversion.
So now they will attempt the extra point from the 7-yard line. Snap back to McFadden. He's going to try to run. Stays on his feet and turns the field. And all of that to get back to almost the exact same spot the ball was snapped from. 2-point conversion attempt, no good.
He made that really exciting. It was McFadden at quarterback. They tried to roll him out and pass. There was nobody open. He did a great job scrambling around, just trying to either find someone open or get upfield again. It was very exciting, but it really wasn't able to get the job done at the end. And so the penalty there hurts because he had gotten in on the first attempt.
Score here, Ritchie County 8, South Harrison 6. The first quarter moved right along very quickly, and before you know it, it'll be halftime. And Danny and I will talk about our pick for the coaches' cook-off. Again, that at the half. We'll talk West Virginia football and, of course, recap the first half of this game. The Good Hope Hawks Nest is sponsoring our halftime broadcast, and every Friday night that the Hawks are playing in Lost Creek, they extend their restaurant hours. The restaurant and the convenience store will both be open until 10 p.m. Also, on Saturdays, when WVU plays, they have a game day special that includes 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 liters of Pepsi for $19.95. Each special purchase will give you 1 entry to win 2 free tickets to a WVU football game. The Hawks kick it away. On the return there, number 12, Blaine Bowie. It was a short kick, and Ritchie County is going to start right around their own 46-yard line.
Just trying to bloop it over that first line. It's something they've done all year. It's definitely a strategy. I'd say Ritchie County scouted that because they had a back there to receive that. So it made me nervous there for a second that he might be able to break it. I think you really want to kick that just a little bit further down the field in order for that to work.
So 1st and 10 from their own 46. See if the Hawks defense can step up and get a stop here. Pass out. It's a quick pass out. On the play there, number 22 with the reception, Caden Parancina. And he is hit by number 2, Caden Ryan, but he bounces right up, really makes a good athletic play, and is able to get enough for a Ritchie County first down.
Quick out to the receiver there. Ball perfectly thrown. I tell you, it was a very quick release by the Rebel quarterback. Right on the money, and you said it. He broke a tackle and was able to get the first down.
A lot of movement there. Hot under center. Hands it off to Moss. Moss runs straight ahead. And he's near another Ritchie County first down. On the tackle for the Hawks, number 63, Joshua Thomaschek. It does move the chains.
They went with an unbalanced line that time. There was really only one guy on the left of the center on the offensive line, everyone else to the right. Of course, they went ahead and ran it to the right. The Hawks have been a very good tackling team this season, but I am seeing Ritchie County break some tackles tonight, and I don't know that it's anything negative on the Hawks as much as these backs are hard to bring down.
1st and 10 from the South Harrison 30-yard line. Snap back to Hot out of shotgun. Moss runs ahead. He's down near the 25 to about the 26. Gain of 4 will bring up 2nd down and 6.
A lot of quickness. I mean, do you feel like that with this Ritchie County offense? I mean, just like they're quickly through the hole. It's a quick handoff. It's quickly through the hole. And I think it's making it a little bit difficult for the defensive linemen to get off the block in time to make the tackle because those backs are through the hole so quickly. And then the linebackers are just trying to get there as quick as they can to make the tackle.
2nd down and 6. Snap back. Huddle pass.
Oh.
Intended receiver number 9, Gus Morris, and it's incomplete.
He throws that ball so quick. It's in and out of his hands. The last time maybe it was perfectly thrown, but it was really good timing. This time the timing not there between the quarterback and receiver. The ball was well overthrown. I thought maybe there for a second South Harrison would have a chance at an interception.
3rd down and 6. Hot under center. Man in motion from left to right. Handoff to Moss. And he's going to be tackled after a gain of only about 2. He gets inside the 25 to about the 24, but it'll be 4th down.
Great play by Jaron Robinson. He stayed at home, played his position, and then he made a really nice open field tackle. They did a counteraction fake to the right, and then the back came back the other way on a cross buck. It was where they've been quick. It was a little bit more slower developing, but it made it difficult for the linebackers to see, but Robinson was very disciplined there. Great job by him. I give Coach Hathaway credit for making sure those guys are disciplined on defense.
4th down and 4 from the 24. Hot. Snap. Hands it off to Moss. Trey Waller hit him immediately, and I believe the Hawks are going to get the football. Tremendous defensive stand there by this South Harrison Hawk defense.
Great job. Big time stop. Get the ball back for this offense. They bent a little bit there, but they did not break. We've seen that from them this season. I mentioned the term complementary football where the defense gets a stop, the offense produces. They did that last time. Now the defense responded again. Let's see if this offense can come back and make another big play.
If you're going to upset the number 6 team in the state of West Virginia, it's going to take defensive stands just like that. Robinson gets the snap. Hands off to McFadden. McFadden running hard, straight ahead. He's up to the 25, maybe the 26, and he'll be brought down there by number 65, Eddie McComas.
Got a flag on the play.
Flag on the play, false start against the Hawks, and that'll back them up 5.
Not the way you want to start the drive off there with a penalty. But again, the offense looked really good on the last drive. See if they can continue that momentum here and maybe take the lead in this game.
$7:50 to go here in the second quarter. First down and 15. The Hawks backed up to their own 17-yard line. Snap back to Robinson. Hand off to McFadden. Runs straight ahead. He's got a lot of room. Gets up near the 30-yard line. So he gets back the penalty yardage plus some. And you can see the frustration now from the defensive coaches over there on the Ritchie County sideline. This Hawk team is really starting to find their groove.
They're clicking and moving on all cylinders right now. And you're right, that the coach, I'm not sure if that's the head coach or the defensive coordinator, but he is not happy. He was a few yards out on the field yelling at his guys. He's not happy right now at all.
Second down and 4 from the 28. Snap back. Hand off to Haddix. Haddix gains a yard. Gets up to about the 29-yard line.
The hole opened quickly, but then it closed quickly as well. It looked like it was maybe going to be a bigger gain at first, but the Rebel defender able to get there and make the stop. So it's third and short, third and manageable. Hawks need to keep this ball moving, get another first down here, keep the chains moving.
Third down and 2. The official spot puts the ball at the South Harrison 30. Movement. I saw South Harrison move first. We'll see what the call is. Yeah, it is against the Hawks.
Well, I said one of the things is they can't have penalties that hurt them, and we've seen that. They had a penalty that cost them 2 points on the 2-point conversion, a penalty that had absolutely nothing to do with the play. And then right there you get mental error on jumping off sides. It was 3rd and 3. Now you're talking about 3rd and 8. Those are the things that really make it difficult for you in a tight game like this.
Hand off to McFadden. No, it's a fake. Robinson's going to pass it. He's got a man that's caught. That's Zach Hogsett. He turns the corner and picks up a South Harrison first down.
Perfect throw by Robinson. Really good play fake. We thought he gave it to the back. He still had it. That being said, pressure was in his face. He was getting hit as he threw it, but he delivered a strike. Hogs had made the catch. First down, South Harrison.
Ball up now to the 35-yard line. This drive is big. Ritchie County gets the football first to start the second half. Snap back. Hand off to McFadden. Run straight ahead. I'm going to tell you something. You can see the frustration. You can see it's kind of funny to watch the dynamic over there. Coach Hott is really getting on his defensive coordinator, and then in turn his defensive coordinator is really getting on the players, and it forces Ritchie County into a timeout. We'll take one as well. The score here with 5:29 to go in the second quarter, Ritchie County 8, South Harrison 6.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Second down and 6, ball to the 39-yard line. Snap back to Robinson. Handoff, I believe, to Haddix, who gets near it is Jacob Haddix Gets near the first down marker up to the 45-yard line. And the head official is going to say it is a first down. Move those chains.
I like that play. It was a quick handoff to Haddix. I don't know that we've seen that play all season long. McFadden goes to the right. Looks like maybe it's going to be a pitch or an option. And the defense, you can see them flowing with McFadden, but it was a real quick handoff to Haddix, who was right through the line. I like that a lot. A very effective play.
5 minutes to go here in the first half. South Harrison driving, trailing by 2 points. Robinson out of the pistol. Snap back. Hands it off. Fakes the handoff to McFadden. Passes up the field. He's got a man wide open. That's Jacob Haddix. He's got a lot of room to the 30 to the 25, down to the 21 man to beat. He'll be knocked out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. Another big play by this South Harrison football team.
I tell you, making plays in the passing game. Robinson, we've said it all season, he does have the ability to throw the football. He's putting it on the money here tonight. Great play call, play action. His fakes have been excellent, and then the receiver was wide open. Kind of the other receivers went to the left side of the field. They snuck Haddix out to the right, wide open, good pass, big play. I'm really liking this offense here tonight.
First down and 10 from the 15. Snap back to Robinson. Hands it off to McFadden. He's got a hole. He punches through, but he's going to be tripped up. Brings up second down. A gain of a couple there, maybe 3.
I really like the game plan offensively tonight. I think the play calling has been really, really good. They've mixed it up. They've done some different things, mixed in the pass. They've needed all that. I mean, you can see that. I mean, this is a good Ritchie County team. But this offense, we said they need the pressure's on them. They need to answer the bell, and they're doing that here in the first half.
Second down and 7 from the 12. Excitement flowing through Gary Barnett Field. Bad snap. Robinson falls on top of it, and just when things were going well, things went bad, fast and in a hurry. That'll be a huge loss. Robinson is able to recover, but now from the 12-yard line all the way back to the 29.
Wow, that's so hurtful because they're moving the ball so well, doing good, and just hurt themselves there. Just a bad snap or the timing was off. It looks like maybe Robinson wasn't ready, went right by him. I mean, thankfully he was able to get on the ball, but very hurtful. Again, mistakes and penalties, against a good football team, you have to avoid that.
Now they're racing the play clock. And Coach Underwood takes a timeout. Ouch.
Yeah, I don't know that you can describe it any better than that, but ouch. It definitely hurts. I mean, they were, inside the red zone there with 2nd and 8, just clicking, just moving that ball. And then to have a play like that, kind of an unforced error, right? I mean, just unforced. Ritchie County didn't do anything there, but they got lucky that there was just a mishap for the Hawk offense. But it definitely sets them back here. And, it's tough. What play do you call on 3rd and, 20-something? It's tough. Probably going to have
almost
to put
30.
Yeah, going to probably have to put it up in the air. Might not be a bad time to do maybe some sort of screen pass or something where you can get McFadden behind some blockers.
You're going to be in 2-down territory, so try to get –
True. Good point.
Get a chunk of this back, and then, 4th down, see what you can do. While we have a stop in action here, we want to give a very happy birthday shout-out to Braden Tustin, who turns 18. Happy birthday, Braden. 3rd down, 19. Snap back. Haddix with a nice play. Faked the pitch. Gets down to the 20, so they got some of that back.
Good play. I mean, they handed it off to Haddix, who really became the quarterback for the option. He made a really good decision. Faked the pitch, turned it upfield. It is going to be 4th and long, though.
Was very patient. We've watched him grow this year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gotten much, much better.
So a more manageable down. It's still 4th and long. 4th down and 15. Let's see what the Hawks have up their sleeve here. McFadden out wide to Robinson's left. Snap comes back. Robinson's going to pass it. He's got McFadden. Oh, that was so close. Number 30 for the Rebels. Graydon McKinney was able to get up and get his hand on it, but it looks like Robinson took a very big hit, and he is down on the field as trainers go out to see what happened there. Break that play down, Danny.
There's a pass out there to the left trying to get into the end zone there. A lot of pressure on Robinson, who stood there tough in the pocket and took it,
yeah, he did.
Delivered the pass, but it was close. I mean, it looked like there for a second it might be intercepted. Then it went through their hands to a McFadden kind of laying on the ground. Almost looked like he was going to be able to make a spectacular catch for the touchdown.
He did. He got one hand on it. And I'll tell you something. I mean, if you just think about the trajectory of it, I think if McKinney doesn't get his hand up on it, it's a perfect pass.
Yeah.
It's a touchdown.
His accuracy's been really good tonight. Even on his incompletions, they've been on the money. I mean, the long pass was perfectly thrown. They just defended it, got a hand on the ball.
And I'm going to tell you something. It was he's up and moving. He took a big hit, but it was a very gutsy throw. He stood in the pocket as we described, and honestly, he didn't flinch. He threw the ball and then just left himself unprotected and took a big shot.
We know Jaron. He is a tough kid. I mean, he's just a tough, competitive kid, going to do whatever he can for his team to get a win. And he has stood in the pocket a couple of different times tonight, facing heavy pressure, knowing he's going to take the hit. And you're right, did not flinch, threw really good passes. Paid the price, but he's up, doing good. Again, he's very tough.
The Hawks ate a lot of that clock. 2:29 to go in the first half. Stay tuned for the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show. We will announce our winner for the Coaches Cook-Off for this week and a whole lot more. And don't forget, Good Hope Hawks Nest is extending their hours tonight. Drop back. Hawk's going to pass. He's got a man wide open. Overthrows the intended receiver, number 9, Gus Morrison. But, I almost said this, and I was kind of hesitant to say it when I was talking about the fact that there was 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining. This is a Ritchie County team that has the ability for a quick strike.
Absolutely, they do. They have playmakers, seemingly all over the field. Quarterback can throw the ball well. You were right, the receiver was open. Quarterback maybe waits another half second before he throws it. It might have been there. On the flip side, so, they're aggressive. They're going to try to get a score, but it is an incompletion on first down. It does stop the clock. So the Hawks, you just really right now you just want to get a stop. You don't want to give up another touchdown before the half, and you'd like to get your offense another chance.
Ritchie County takes a timeout, and as we were saying, don't go anywhere. The Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show right around the corner. And don't forget, they have extended the restaurant hours for every South Harrison Hawk home game. The restaurant and convenience store will both be open until 10 p.m. And also, Saturday's WVU Game Day Special will include 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 liters of Pepsi for $19.95. Also, with each special purchase, you get 1 entry to win 2 free tickets to a WVU football game. Want to thank our friends at the Good Hope Hawks Nest.
Always makes me hungry, even though we've eaten good here tonight. Always makes me hungry to hear that. Some wings, some pizza. Sounds good. I was trying to think of can we have some kind of competition between local restaurants for the halftime food? We can eat before the game. We can eat
during the game,
and then maybe after the game, a post-game meal competition.
2:24 to go, 2nd down and 10. Hott hands it off to Moss. I'll tell you, South Harrison's defense has done a very good job. After that initial drive for Ritchie County, I was kind of concerned. I thought, this could be a long night, but South Harrison has adjusted.
It was definitely scary because they moved it right down the field. Just really with ease, but the Hawk defense, as they have all year, they've really responded. They've played tough. They've made big stops. Coach Hathaway, I think, making some adjustments on the fly. And this is a big 3rd and 10 because, get this stop, maybe get the ball back.
Hott gets the snap. He will pass.
Oh.
Got a man wide open. It's caught. Yeah. Oh, indeed. Number 2, Caden Ryan able to get the tackle, but not before the pass to number 22, Caden Parancina, all the way down to the South Harrison 35.
Behind the defense,
Yeah.
and perfectly thrown pass. Really, South Harrison lucky to get that touchdown-saving tackle. I thought he may take it all the way.
It's easy to say it now, but I actually was going to say it. I was going to talk more about it at halftime, but they've brought it out already. I think they can stretch the South Harrison defense, and that concerns me. Haught's going to pass it again. Oh, man. Sorry that you're getting a late reaction, ladies and gentlemen, but the pass was intended for number 33, Trey Moss, and it went sailing over his head and into the chest of Caden Ryan, who's not able to hang on.
Wow, it's so close. I mean, it was right there for the taking. It got on him fast and just not able to make the interception. He would have had a lot of green in front of him on the sideline. Don't know if he could have went the distance, but just the turnover itself would have been big.
2nd down and 10 from the 35. Haught hands it off to Moss. Jason Lassamar gets in the backfield and brings Moss down for a loss of about 4, almost 5. That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
That was a big-time play there by the linebacker on a run blitz. He got through and made a tough tackle. We talked about it. These backs for Ritchie County, they're quick. And so it's hard to make those open field tackles. He got through, made the tackle, brings up another 3rd down and long. This Hawk secondary needs to be careful. Don't let someone behind you. They've already gotten behind you 2 or 3 times, only completed 1, but don't let them behind you.
33 seconds to go, 3rd down and 14. Handoff to Moss, then a reverse, got a man in the end zone. If he catches it, it's a touchdown. Break that down, Danny.
They handed it off to the left. The receiver came through on a reverse, and then he threw a pass. The Hawk defenders bit on the fake, bit on the reverse, and he made the you said it, if he makes a good pass, it's going to be a touchdown. He did. It was on the mark. Give Ritchie County's coaching staff credit there for a really creative play call that was executed perfectly for the touchdown. Just disappointing because we had just said, don't let someone behind you here. It was 3rd and 13.
Yeah, and it goes back to, honestly, to that bad snap or whatever happened.
Oh, yeah.
They'll attempt a 2-point conversion here. Haught drops back, passes, and they're going to call it good, but I'm going to tell you, I saw the ball hit off the ground.
I didn't see. It looked like a catch, at least initially, but I couldn't see for sure.
Well, regardless, officially it is a 2-point conversion attempt success. 16-6 is the score. Missed opportunities right here in the first half, and what concerns me is Ritchie County is going to get the football to start the second half.
Excellent point. Yeah, missed opportunities. They were down there in the red zone, moving the football really, really well. You get the bad snap, miscue, whatever. Not sure if it was on the quarterback or center. Doesn't matter. It was a miscue. Not able to score on that, and then they let the receivers behind them twice for big plays, including the touchdown for the score late in the half. And you said it. I mean, it's hurtful because they're going to get the ball back right off the bat. So it puts so much pressure on that defense to try to make a stop. And then, of course, Ritchie County's converted both 2-point conversions, and South Harrison, because of the penalty, was not able to. So now you got, it's a 2-score deficit at 16-6.
25 seconds to go here in the first half. Not a whole lot of time to get something working here. Moss lining up to kick it away for the Rebels. It's a low kick, but it will end up in the hands of Landon McFadden over the 20, 25, up to the 30, being patient to the 35. And I tell you, if he could have got out of that right there, he probably.
It was a big play.
Yeah.
Looking at he almost kind of scored it through there. Maybe one more block could have got him through. 19 seconds left. I imagine it's going to be pretty conservative here for Coach Underwood, and just get in the locker room, make the adjustments, and come out and try to get this thing done in the second half.
19 seconds to go. We'll see what Coach Underwood has drawn up for this situation here. Snap back. Robinson's going to roll to his right. He's going to keep it, just run straight ahead. Gain maybe a couple. And I'm assuming that's going to do it for the first half. It will. 16-6. First half comes to a close. And we are officially inside the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show. Wait. No, South Harrison called a timeout with 1 second. Well,
I saw it go to 0. I thought it was going to go to 0.
I did too. What's Coach Underwood thinking here?
I'm not sure. 1 second left. Obviously, he wants to take a shot down the field here. Maybe he feels like he has a trick play or something like Ritchie County had that would be able to get him a big play before the half. A little bit risky, I think, so far away. You're 60 yards from the end zone. But nonetheless, we'll see what he has up his sleeve here.
Second down and 7. They are at their own 39-yard line, so it'll be interesting to see what the Hawks come up with here.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Just because we were both kind of surprised by it. Just looked like they were ready to get into the half.
Here we go, out of pistol. Snap back, Robinson will pass. No, he won't. He's going to keep it. And gain a yard and get hit hard and brought down.
Obviously, they're trying to put one more big pass down the field before the half. Really just not enough time. A lot of pressure in the face of Robinson. Didn't have a chance to get it down the field.
I can say it now officially.
It is.
Officially, we are inside the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show. Danny, are you like me? Do you go back to that snap where they were on the 12-yard line? It really could be South Harrison on top right now.
I definitely. That was the key moment in the first half. Kind of a game-changing moment. We'll call. I don't want to call it a game-changing, but a first half-changing moment. Hopefully the Hawks can overcome that in the second half, and that won't be the story, but it's the story of the first half right now.
Well, and it very well could end up being a game-changing moment. Looking back,
I hope it's not, but yes, it was a. They had the momentum. They had the ball. They were in scoring range. They were poised to take the lead. Unfortunate miscue, and it hurt them, and it led to Ritchie County then coming back and getting that 2-score lead.
The South Harrison High School marching band out there on the field, preparing to provide halftime entertainment for this South Harrison crowd. Well, let's shift gears a little bit, and let's talk Coach's Cook-Off.
This is always tough. It's really difficult to make a choice every week. I want to give kudos to all the coaches so far that's cooked because they've all had winning performances, but we have to pick one.
So tonight was assistant coach Zach Hayhurst, and he prepared what he called Python pork steak.
Yes.
Which I'm still struggling to balance the python and the pork, but nonetheless. So when we walked into the room, crock pot full of like brown gravy with the pork steaks, and then there was another crock pot that had mashed potatoes. There were rolls, butter, and a delicious dessert.
Some kind of Chex chocolate mix.
Was it like s'mores, maybe? Like
a little bit, yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. So, as we said in the pregame, week 1 of the Coach's Cook-Off was Coach Tate and his lasagna. week 2 of the coaches kickoff was Coach Dawson and his rattlesnake stew, and then tonight was the Python pork steak. So I'm going to let you dissect it, so to speak, give your pick, and I know I have my pick locked in.
Well, and Coach Tate advanced last week.
Yeah, I guess I probably should have said that.
Tonight.
He
I mean,
did.
It was a tough call, but we did unanimously pick him.
Yes.
So with the head-to-head tonight is Coach Tate's lasagna against the Python pork steak.
Yes, and I think that it's important to note that you and I had discussed it, and I can't remember if we did this on the air, but we did in fact discuss what happens if you and I disagree. Since there's only 2 of us, where's the tiebreaker? Well, we decided that the tiebreaker would be assistant principal Adam Belcastro, because he also partakes of the bounty before the game, right?
Bounty.
Yes. You like that?
Oh, yes, I do.
I like the look on your face when you...
Of course. I mean, how could you not?
Okay, so go ahead. Your pick.
It was tough. I mean, both were very, very good. I mean, I would be happy to eat either one for dinner on either night. But what I have to do is I have to sit there and I say, if I've got both side by side, which way am I going to go? Which one am I going to choose? And when I do that again, it's Coach Tate and his lasagna. Now,
wow.
I know, I mean,
wow.
I'm Italian, and that's my preference, but it is what it is. If I had to pick between the 2, I would go with the lasagna.
Okay. So I guess the first thing, I want to give a disclaimer. We are not trying to convince one another, and we're also not trying to, make coaches feel good, right? I mean, we are being transparent and honest.
Legitimate competition.
Yes, absolutely. It is legit. Absolutely. Okay. I don't think you're going to be surprised by this. I'm actually going with Coach Hayhurst and his Python pork steak, although I totally hate the word Python in there. The food itself was very good. I enjoy that type of meal even more. So we talked about it. I'm a steak and potato guy.
Right.
And honestly, for me, it was the rolls and the butter. I loved it.
They were very good, and the dessert was really good as well. Again, I just, if I had to pick between the 2, that's what I go with. So obviously it kind of comes down to our preferences in a sense. Meat and potatoes versus meatball. Myself being the meatball.
Okay.
And everyone agrees.
So I have information you don't have.
Okay.
I went before the game because I knew that there's the possibility.
Right. We have to do that every week in case.
We have to do it every week. And so I went to Adam Belcastro, and I asked him what his preference was. And so I know how this is going to go now, which is unfortunate, but you can be there in
the suspense. Yes.
The suspense, okay. So basically, I asked him his thoughts on tonight's meal. And he was like, it was very good. I feel full. I feel like it's really good. So I was like, awesome, okay. So I'm thinking that's his pick. So I said, well, what I need you to do, and I explained our situation, that he's the tiebreaker. And I said, listen, I need you to pick a winner between Coach Tate's lasagna and tonight's pork, steak, and mashed potatoes. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, he paused for a second, and he asked the question, are you guys legitimately doing this on the podcast? And I said, yes, absolutely. We call it the Coach's Cook-Off. And he said, okay, well, with a name, quote, with a name like Belcastro, I have to go with the lasagna. That's what he said.
All right.
So Coach Tate's lasagna moves on.
He survived and advanced, and
yes.
He advances yet again from week 1 all the way here to homecoming week next week.
And I don't know what's on the menu for next week.
No, we don't. We've not been told. It's a surprise.
Yeah. So, but I'll tell you this. If Coach Tate's lasagna, let's say it ends, his run ends next week, it's been a really good run.
It has been a really good run, and I hope that somehow, some way, one day again I can have more of that lasagna. All this talk.
Yes.
I'm hungry.
Speaking of talk, let's talk West Virginia football. Game tomorrow, Iowa State. Let's back up. We had talked about the Texas game. Let's see, because we also have not talked about this. I mean, off the air. What were your thoughts about their performance against Texas?
I mean, they were in that game for 3 quarters. I mean, they're going into the fourth quarter down 21-17. They got a chance to win. They had the turnover. Looked like, okay, we might take the lead here, and then they turned it right back over. There's a lot that could be said. I feel this. I feel like, Coach Brown is so good. I feel like they were in that game because of Coach Brown. Seemed pretty obvious to me that there was definitely a talent difference between the two teams. I thought Coach Brown did an excellent job. I'm not saying he coached a perfect game. He didn't. But I felt like he did what's necessary to keep him in the game. It just came down to, obviously, the 4 interceptions. I like Austin Kendall, but I just don't know that the arm talent is there. And I think really the quarterback position is what separated in that game. I mean, Ellinger made some big-time plays with his feet and his arm, where Kendall made miscues. That was the difference. But I thought, it was much more competitive, and they had a chance more than I would have anticipated. We talked last week, would we take a moral victory? On a certain level, I think it kind of was a moral victory. I don't know if you agree or not.
Well, it was funny because I thought of our conversation about the moral victory, and actually the broadcasters were talking about that. They said, this is a moral victory for the Mountaineers. And I agree with your assessment. I feel like I thought the defense played a really good football game. I felt like they were put in some very difficult situations and circumstances. Obviously, Austin Kendall throwing the 4 interceptions and 3 of them leads to scores for Texas. That's difficult to overcome. What did you think about Coach Brown's very quick reaction at the end of the game where he took up for his quarterback? Is that something you just have to do, or did he really mean what he said there?
I mean, I think you have to do it. But I think he meant it. As the leader of the football team, you do got to defend your quarterback. And I don't think obviously there's not someone behind him that they feel can be better. So you got to stick behind your quarterback, and so that he doesn't lose confidence any more than he's already going to be shaken by the 4 interceptions. So I'm fine with Coach Brown doing that after the game.
Well, and again, the debate is, does he really feel that way? Because he kind of, he said, listen, he thought he played his best game, which I thought was interesting. He thought it was his best game.
I mean, he did some good things. I mean, I'm using the term like he just doesn't have the arm talent. He just wasn't able to. He tried to make some throws in some situations that he just, to me, doesn't have the ability to do that. So here's what has to happen. He's got to know that. Coach Brown's got to make sure that he now knows that. And so don't take those chances in those critical situations. So don't call those plays, and don't make those decisions, because they came at some critical points where he took some chances, and he just doesn't have the arm to be able to do that. So I think they can work around it, but if it comes down to him having to make great throws, he's not going to be able to do that.
You're listening to the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show, talking West Virginia football. Don't forget, the Good Hope Hawks Nest extends their restaurant hours after every South Harrison Hawk home game. Now, the restaurant and the convenience store will both be open until 10 p.m. Also, Saturday's WVU game, they provide a game day special. It includes 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 2-liters of Pepsi for $19.95. Each special purchase will give you 1 entry to win 2 free tickets to a WVU football game. So we look back at Texas. What do you think about tomorrow? Most people are picking the Mountaineers to lose again.
Sure, and I think that's understandable, and you would expect people to. I mean, it is a home game, so I think you got a chance. Always, Mountaineer Field's a tough place to play, and Coach Brown will have them ready to go. I mean, I think I could see it going either way. Definitely, the Mountaineers have a chance. Iowa State, though, is not a bad football team. So, I mean, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, that's what's tough is the Big 12 it's deeper than it's been.
Yeah.
I feel like the teams top to bottom are better than in the past. So it's going to be a challenge every week. Even though the Mountaineers are better and they're improving, it's a challenge every week to try to get a win in this league.
And so as competitive as you and I are, let's pick a winner. I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm picking WVU to win the game tomorrow.
You are going to.
I am, absolutely.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Here's why I'm surprised, because when we picked we kind of felt like we pick against them, and they win because of that. Of course, that didn't work for us last week, so I get it. So you're going with the WVU.
Yes, but if I'm being honest, Danny, yes, I feel like picking against them. I feel like picking against them is. I still go back to the fact that I go with what I think.
Yeah.
You know what
so
I mean?
Pick integrity. You're not playing any games. This is
I'm
what
not
you
playing,
really think.
Yes, it's what.
I kind of like to play games.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, well, I guess that puts a pressure on me then to be.
It does.
And it didn't work last week. Oh, man.
Just go with what you think.
Iowa State. I'm going to go with Iowa State.
All right, we're going to pick a score?
Let's say that it's Iowa State 27, West Virginia 24.
I'm going to say 28-21.
WVU.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is where it's fun, you
Yep.
know.
But
I feel like I'm a winner either way, because if Iowa State wins, I was right. If West Virginia wins, I'm glad to be wrong.
Well, and if we're going to be competitive about this, it really doesn't benefit us to continue to pick the same team every week.
True.
Right?
I hear you.
But
I think
at the same
it makes it fun.
time, I think West Virginia is going to win. I do.
I think they can win. I do. I mean, I definitely. If I'm really truly picking, I wouldn't really have a problem picking West Virginia. I think it could go either way. I really like Coach Brown. I think he's doing a great job. We'll see how they respond tomorrow. I mean, that's the thing. We're still learning about this team. We're still learning about this staff, and I think that makes it very intriguing to watch tomorrow.
Yeah, but so far so good, right? I mean, we really, really like what we see.
Oh, I do.
Take a look at some scores from around the state of West Virginia. We'll start in single A. Interesting. Jumps right off the page. First, number 1 Doddridge County is putting up the points on Gilmer County, 27-0. But look right there, number 2 Pendleton County, 27. Number 4 Tigris Valley, 6. So that may reveal a little more. No disrespect to Tigris Valley, because they say they have the best team they've had there in 20 years. But I actually had someone say to me, they'll believe they're that type of team when they see it.
Right.
You kind of feel the same way?
Yeah, I think they've not played that tough of a schedule, and I think that's where the questions are. Tonight was going to really be the game that was going to reveal some things, much like we feel like that with the Hawks. And obviously in the first half, not going real well for Tigris Valley, down 27-6. So
number 3 Midland Trail, trailing Liberty Raleigh 20-7. Williamstown leading Warren of Ohio 13-10. Greenbrier West, number 7 in the state, leading Pocahontas County 12-10. Number 9, Madonna, 27, Bealsville, Ohio, 7. Number 11, Parkersburg Catholic and Calhoun County scoreless. That scored in the first. Number 12, St. Mary's, 7, Work County 0. That's a third quarter score. Moorfield trailing North Garrett, Maryland, 20-0. Moorfield with a loss would likely drop out of the top 16. Number 15, Tyler Consolidated is leading Buffalo 22-6. East Hardy putting up some numbers against Tucker County 40-2. Clay Battelle currently resting at number 16. They are leading Paden City 28-14. Take a look at Double A, some local scores. Number 1 in the state, Fairmont Senior 33, We're nothing. Polka leading Winfield 35-14. Bridgeport taking on AAA Preston County. They lead at halftime 42-7. Nicholas County, number 14, leading Braxton County 13-7. Grafton and Clay County are scoreless East Fairmont leading Philip Barber 17-7. Hawks making their way back onto the field. Any surprise scores there for you, Danny? Any surprises as far as the scores?
Not really. I mean, it looks like what you would expect. I mean, obviously finding out some stuff about Tigers Valley. It looks like there's going to be a lot of movement in that top 16, and even at the top of Single A, you got a couple teams losing that are up there. So it'll be interesting to see the rankings next week. And, of course, this game is going to have a lot of ramifications on that as well.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about what the Hawks need to do to come out on the better end of this deal here in the third quarter. Obviously, Ritchie County getting the football first.
I mean, I think it's the same stuff as the first half. I mean, you need balance on offense, which they've had. And I said, don't make mistakes. Don't have penalties or turnovers that can hurt you. And that proved to be true in the first half, because that's really why Ritchie County has the lead by 10, is because of some penalties and miscues in some critical time periods for South Harrison. And, of course, I think the key is the defense, which I think that defense of the Hawks held up its end of the bargain in the first half for the most part. It's not like you're going to hold a Ritchie County team down to nothing. And so they did their job, I think. The offense really, for most of the half, did good. Just that one miscue on the snap really hurt them. It was, yeah, I mean, it's definitely the play of the half. But yeah, I mean, if the Hawks go on to lose this game, I think we're going to point back to that play if it's close. Right now, if Ritchie comes out here in the second half and just kind of proves to be a totally superior team, but I feel like they're good. I mean, we said they were for real. I feel like watching them, they're for real, but I didn't see a huge gap between these two teams watching them. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that Ritchie County really is 10 points in the first half better than South Harrison. It's They have. I mean, it's that first drive and the last drive, hurts them defensively. But in between, they did great. And then, again, the offense really was moving, and then the snap was hurtful.
So hopefully it doesn't become.
Right. I want it to be the first half changer, but not the game changer. It is. It's cooled down. It's become fall, and I enjoy that. I love this weather because it's still warm enough to do things, but it's kind of got that little bit of cool, crisp air. Definitely cool this evening. It's cooled down as this game's gone on. Actually, I meant at some point there at halftime to put on my little pullover because I'm a little chilly, but I forgot. Because you kept, with all the talk of the food and the West Virginia, you keep moving around. But on one of these breaks, you got to help me remember I got to put this pullover on. I'm cold. Either that or you're going to have to help keep me warm. All right, break it down.
So first, let me say that I am not going to remind you about putting on or taking off any article of clothing. So let's go ahead and just.
Well, I didn't say anything about taking anything off.
Well, I just want to.
Okay.
So then secondly, no, I will not.
If I was freezing You would not keep me warm. That's why I ask. So you would help keep me warm. That's all. I mean, I know you don't want to say it, but that's what you're saying, and I appreciate it. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Well, I might not even need to pull over after knowing you would keep me warm.
So anyway, great talk. Both teams down on the field. What do you think Rick Hott said to his football team? I mean, they obviously he has a plan. Like, I feel like there really wasn't a big decision to make right there at the end of the half. You know, when he did the trick, like, do you call it a trick play?
Yeah, I mean, it was a trick play, but I think it was a. I mean,
my point is, it was planned.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a major surprise per se because, I mean, they got to do something different in that situation, and they did. I think he lit his football team up in that locker room. Just from what I saw on the sidelines, I think they were not happy with the way the defense performed for some of the half, even though they did hold the Hawk offense to 6. I think he feels like they left some stuff out on the field. So I think he said, hey, listen, guys, we should be up by more points. Let's come out here and make a statement in the second half and blow this team off the field. I think that's what they're thinking.
So what is the strategy? What is the strategy of Coach Underwood at the half? Because I can kind of see it going both ways. Does he sort of congratulate them, guys, listen, you can play with these guys, you can beat these guys, and kind of approach it with that sort of mentality, or do we thank you. I was muted the entire time.
Oh.
I was. You wasn't.
Oh.
So wait till you listen to that playback. Which, by the way, you were asking me if I'd keep you warm, and they didn't get any of it.
They missed it. They were probably like, it was probably major suspense. Like, will he or won't he? All right, but we were talking on something on the game there. That was,
I
was a good point.
I completely forget what it was.
I do too. It was a good. I feel like
okay, yes, it was. Point. It was. You were going to make a good point.
Oh, you're asking about Coach Underwood and what he's doing, what he's thinking. I think it's more of a positive message. I think he's saying, guys, if we don't have a miscue, we're in the lead.
Yeah.
We've shown in the first half we can play with this team.
Yeah.
That first drive and the last drive, other than that, we stopped them. We can stop this team. We can win this game. Let's put the miscue behind us. Let's go out here and get this done. I think it's a positive message.
Another positive message. Thanks for the listener who messaged and said, hey, your mic's not working. Well, I guess you can't be perfect. And all that talk of keeping you warm. Well, I
wonder how long it was muted since the last break.
I sure hope it wasn't muted through the entire halftime.
I don't know. Well, at least they got to hear me, right? I mean, how about this question? Just totally being goofy, right? People should respond. If one of us has to be muted, I know the answer to this question. It's going to be me. But if one of us has to be muted, who would you rather it be? Chat us. Let us know. Text us. Facebook it. However you can do it, let us know. I'm pretty confident that they're going to mute me.
Well, I just got a message that I was not muted the entire halftime.
Okay, good.
And I'm going to pick up over your mic some, so I'm sure that it was dull. But I would say that you probably and just being honest here, I think you're not muted until you start talking about me keeping you warm. Well, the Hawks attempted an onside kick there, and they did not get it. So Ritchie County is going to have a short field. You like that decision?
Well, after they didn't get it 10 yards, I don't really like it.
It's a good point,
I think it's hard to say. I mean, it's an aggressive call. I mean, he was trying to catch him off guard, get an extra possession out of it. I don't hate it. It's unfortunate they didn't execute it because the kick went. Here's what happened. It went 8 yards, and then it kind of bounced back the other way. So it really sets Ritchie County up in good field position. But the Hawks showed the ability to stop them at critical times. Let's see if they can get one here to start the second half.
1st and 10 from the South Harrison 46-yard line. Hott is under center. Hands it off to Moss. takes a hit, stays on his feet, and then is going to be wrapped up and brought down by number 10, Jaron Robinson.
Defense right there in the hole, ready for that play. You could see that they've made adjustments on the defensive side. I mean, it's early on, Ritchie County was running the football very, very well, but this Hawk defense has really stepped up after that. It was more of the passing game that hurt them late in the half. But they were good job. Nice job by the Ritchie County back, though. He did bounce off the initial hit, but Robinson was there to finish it off.
A loss on the play, 2nd down and 11. Looks like the Hawks defense has come out, ready to go. Fakes the handoff to Moss, and instead hands it off to number 44, Garrett Owens. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's 3rd down and 10.
It seems like to me, I made a comment earlier about Robinson making a really big play where he was disciplined and stayed at home. And it seems like to me that's maybe the adjustment because there's a lot of movement, a lot of misdirection in this offense. It seems like the Hawks now are doing a good job of everyone playing their position, staying at home, and being ready wherever the ball goes.
3rd down and 10 from the 45. Hot will pass, drops back, looks up the field. He's got a man. It's caught by number 22, Caden Procancia.
You know who 22 looks like or reminds me of? McCaffrey. And the same number, but Christian McCaffrey. He kind of has that build. They've given it to him out of the backfield. They've also thrown him some passes. But he's gotten behind the defense really every time he's tried. And so the Hawks have adjusted and stopped the run, but it's that passing game now that's really giving problems.
I really did worry about that. So now after the completion, it's 1st and 10 from the South Harrison 20. Hand off to Owens. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet, lowers his shoulder. He will be tackled there or brought down by number 21 for the Hawks. That's Noah Dyer. But I'm not sure who got the better end of that deal.
Well, I can tell you Ritchie County feels like the running back got the better end of it. He definitely lowered his shoulder there. So this is dangerous. This is why we were concerned about Ritchie County getting the ball first in the second half, already down 2 scores. Somehow, some way, this Hawk defense hopefully can make a stop.
Handoff again to Owens, running hard. Gets down to about the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal from around the 7.
It's been a defense this year that has bent at times, but then not broken and come up with critical stops. Man, I hope they can do it here. It's going to be difficult, but hopefully they can tighten up and hold Ritchie County out of the end zone.
From the 7, snap back. Hot looks to pass. Got a man open. Number 22 is going to be tackled, brought down inside the 5, right around the 3 by number 53, Jason Lassamore.
Ritchie County is, as I mentioned, having a lot of success in the air, and it's obviously plain to see that it's working, and their coaching staff going to that a little bit more here. I imagine they'll continue that here in the second half. 3rd down, though. See if these Hawks can come up with a big stop.
3rd and goal from the 3. Hands it off to Owens, slips a tackle, and gets into the end zone. And you almost get the feeling that the wheels are falling off for the Hawks.
It's very hurtful, to give that opening touchdown off. They're already down by 10, going down by 16 and possibly even 18 here if they get the 2-point conversion. We mentioned it earlier, who would the pressure be on? I said, well, the offense is going to be on them to have to score some points. That's absolutely the truth now. They're going to have to score a lot here in the second half.
2-point conversion attempt. Hot passes. And it's caught. 2-point conversion attempt is good.
Good catch. I mean, it was a diving catch. The quarterback, though, threw it where he had to. It was well defended. But Ritchie County looks good. We said they were for real, and they've proven that. It's just disappointing because I don't feel like the score is not indicative of how competitive this game has been thus far.
That snap starting to look more and more like a game changer.
Yep.
24-6 is the score here in the third quarter. Hawks, if they get the football back and make something happen, let's not forget that offensively they were moving the football, making some good things happen. You know, the defense did tighten up in the first half. If they could get a score here on this drive and put themselves back into a position to, you know, be back in this football game.
Yeah, I don't think the game's over by any means. I definitely think that they have a chance. There's plenty of time left, and they have a big playability on the offensive side. They've got some really good skilled players, but it's getting urgent. I mean, they really need to put some points on the board. They really need to do it on this next drive.
Moss lines up to kick it away to the Hawks. Kicks it away to low kick. Into the hands of Caden Ryan, who's got some room, slips a couple tackles, gets up over the 40 to about the 41-yard line. Nice return there by number 2, Caden Ryan.
Very nice return. Maybe that can spark this Hawk offense. The pressure's really on them right now to respond and get a score so they can hold on and stay competitive in this game. They need something to happen here on this next set of plays.
First and 10 now for the Hawks from their own 41-yard line. Let's see if we can get something moving here. Snap comes back to Robinson, who hands it off to Haddix. Haddock runs ahead, gains a couple, and will be brought down. Gang tackled there by the Rebels.
Well, Ritchie County has, decided to go more to the air. They've had some success, and so they've gone to it more. I think the Hawks they had some success as well throwing it, and I think they're probably going to have to lean on that a little bit more here, down by 18 points.
Snap back. Handoff McFadden tries to get to the outside. He does, cuts back to the inside, gets up to midfield. He's going to be about a yard short from the first down marker.
That run to me looked like all McFadden. Didn't look like there was much room there. I really don't know how he got that many yards, kind of weaving in and out of defenders and pulling away from them. Really good run by Landon McFadden.
3rd down and 1. Big 3rd down here for the Hawks. Move these chains, keep it rolling. Handoff to McFadden, has the first down. He breaks out, has to get around the official, stays on his feet, takes several hits, down inside Ritchie County territory to about the 32-yard line. He probably scores a touchdown if the official's not standing there.
I agree. That was definitely the best defender on that play was the official. I mean, that's where he's positioned, and it wasn't anything on purpose, but McFadden ran into him. He probably would have gotten all the way down the field. Nonetheless, 2 really big runs in a row to get the chains moving again. This Hawk offense moving. They were starting to do this before the miscue, so they're getting back in rhythm.
Snap back to Robinson, handoff to Jacob Haddix. He's going to gain a couple on the play. Down inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. The Hawks trailing 24-6. A score here would go a long way in putting them back in this football game.
I said it in the first half. Just want to say it again. Although there's only 6 points on the board, I feel like I like the play calling and the offensive strategy. I think this is the most balanced that they've had, and they've moved the ball fairly well tonight.
2nd down and 8. Snap back to Robinson. He's going to keep it, runs ahead. He's going to gain a couple, it looks like. Still on his feet. Looks like he gets down to about the 25-yard line. That's just pure heart and guts right there.
No doubt. He just kept pushing that pile down the field. So it brings up another critical 3rd down, although there's no question they're in 2-down territory here.
3rd down and 4. Again, the ball at the 25-yard line. Under 6 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hands it off to McFadden. McFadden tries to get to the outside. He'll be stopped just short of the first down marker, down to about the 21-yard line. And it'll be 4th and short. But, Danny, as you mentioned, definitely 4-down territory.
Yeah, obviously they have to go for it here. And they were able to get that on the last 4th down conversion, got the big play by McFadden.
Well, this is another game-changing moment potentially right here.
For sure.
4th down and 1 from the 22-yard line. Hand off to McFadden, runs straight ahead, has the first down, still running hard, down to about the 16-yard line, and that'll move the chains.
Keeping the chains moving, getting closer to the end zone. Got to punch this one in. Moving a little bit quicker to the line of scrimmage here as well.
From the 16, 1st and 10, hand off to Haddix. Down inside the 15-yard line to about the 14, gain of, we'll call it 3, and bring up 2nd down and 7.
Haddix really has developed and stepped up to be a legitimate threat out of the backfield.
He really has. McFadden now at the quarterback position. Preston Peck in at the fullback. McFadden running. It's down to about the 10. They're just trying to play really physical football right now. Preston Peck plays really, really hard. He led there with the block.
A nice adjustment there, putting him in the backfield. We saw that a couple games ago. He really does a nice job as a lead blocker. Did a good job there. I mean, the Hawks are moving it. I mean, there's still enough time for them to stay with this style, but they need to score here.
Handoff to McFadden. Going to move the chains and get down to about the 2-yard line. Well, maybe it's the 3. Regardless, the Hawks moving here. Under 4 to go. Time will be an issue here in the second half. Handoff to McFadden. Runs hard, waiting for a signal. I think they're going to call him down at about the 1.
Looks like to me he got literally right up to the goal line, looking at where the spot is, and they held him out. And that's the concern. I mean, this is a great drive. Looks great. Down 18 points, it's taken a little bit of time. I think it's okay right now, but time's going to become a factor as we move forward.
McFadden with the handoff, gets the handoff, and he's going to be stopped short again of the goal line. Bring up 3rd down. 3rd and goal from right around the 1.
It's harder, in this part of the field. The defense can obviously compact more. It's been the same play, and I know McFadden's usually able to break those tackles. Might have to do something a little bit different, maybe even run Robinson here, get the extra lead blocker to get in the end zone.
Hand off again to McFadden, just running straight ahead. He's going to be stopped short again. Is Coach Underwood setting something up here, or is he just?
I don't know. I don't know that you have time to set things up. Let's just get the ball in the end zone. Obviously, this is what they're waiting for. I just put a ton of pressure on this 4th down play. You got to score.
Here comes the double wing, and tried to quarterback sneak it, and they're going to be stopped. Not going to get in. What do you think?
3 plays, from the goal line, not able to punch it in, but they were all 3 plays just right into the teeth of that defense. You'd like to think one of those you can do something a little bit more to the outside or some sort of misdirection just to give the offense a little bit more of a chance. Again, super, super frustrating because that should have been a scoring drive. You got to feel like on the bad snap, should have been a scoring drive. That's 2 more touchdowns. It's just a completely different game.
Somebody saying, someone from the stands yelling down at the South Harrison coaches. And there was some interaction there between, I'll leave the coach nameless, but one of the coaches actually turned around and got into a verbal altercation, and still it continues as Coach Underwood's trying to keep this particular coach calm. Second down and 5 there, second down and 5 after the run there by Owens. Hands it off to Moss. Got a lot of room. First down up over the 20 to about the 24-yard line. And I don't know.
It's just super disappointing when they've been down there. I mean, that should have been a touchdown for sure on that drive. And it's got it. I mean, it takes the air out of us. I mean, you feel that, I'm sure, and it's got to the defense. But they got to try to dig deep here and still get another stop and try to get that ball back.
First and 10 from the 25. Hott hands it off. Trying to see a number. It looked like there was a flag down. But on that run was number 30, Graydon McKinney, and he gained about 15, but it's holding against the Rebels.
The Hawks needed that for sure. That really helps because it was another first down, pretty big run, so it puts Ritchie County behind the chains. Give Ritchie County credit. There's a lot of misdirection in the backfield. The way the quarterback's able to kind of his fakes. It seems I'm having a hard time sometimes seeing where the ball is going, and you got to figure the defense is as well.
So after the holding call, it's going to be first down at about 17, back at about the 17. Hand off to Owens. Took a hit, absorbed it, stayed on his feet, and he's near first down. Another flag comes in. Zach Hogsett able to wrap Owens up and bring him down, but Owens bounced right off of the would-be tackler Peck. And another flag, a penalty. I didn't see what it was, but I'm assuming holding again.
I think it was a block in the back is what they called that time.
I just happened to look at the sideline over there to see what Coach Hott's reaction was, and he's as calm as can be because guess what's happening? The time is ticking away.
Tick.
Yeah. Under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Wow. You go back to that fourth down and 1 at the goal line, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but in that double wing, you really don't get those lead blockers.
You don't. It is just a straight quarterback sneak and just wasn't there.
Hand off to Owens. Tackled by number 53, Jason Lassimar. Also Hogsett in there on the tackle. It's going to bring up second down at about 12. That brings the third quarter to a close. South Harrison trailing Ritchie County 24-6. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
24-6 is the score here. Time obviously not on the side of the Hawks. And You just go back to that second quarter snap. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I really do think that it was and will prove to be a game changer.
It's looking more and more like that. And then you had the last drive there where they had 3 shots from inside the 1 and couldn't punch it in.
Second down and 11 for the Rebels. Hand off to Moss. A lot of room. First down, and no one's going to catch him. Noah Dyer in pursuit. Now I stand corrected. Dyer showing his speed out there. Moss all the way down inside the 10 of the Hawks. And, wow.
Okay, so, I mean, that's a big play. I mean, Ritchie County taking control of this game. But what I'm wowed about is Dyer's speed to catch him because the Moss is fast. And I looked like he was gone. And Dyer, man, maybe they ought to give Dyer the ball some if he's got that kind of speed because that was impressive.
I mean, I don't want to over-exaggerate, but he was at least 20 yards behind that runner at one point, right, and caught him?
He was definitely far behind. Absolutely. I mean, wow. He showed a ton of speed on that.
Almost looked like another 21 that used to wear that uniform.
Yeah.
It's going to be second and goal from the 9.
And give him credit. Let's not just talk about his speed, but let's give him credit for heart and playing hard and not giving up and going, running hard to try to make that tackle. Down 24-6, the way things have gone, you could see somebody giving up there, and he did not.
Hand off again to Moss. He's hit low by Robinson. Brought down around the 6-yard line. Be third and goal. We said it very early in the third quarter. It looked like the wheels were starting to come off. It continues to be the case.
Well, you wonder we talk about, you can say with the defense wearing down. I mean, let's be honest, the offense and the defense, it's the same kids for the most part. You got to be demoralized after that last one, not punching it in on offense, and I think that's coming back and hurting them on the defensive side.
That's a good point. Third and goal from the 6. Incomplete pass brings up fourth down.
They'd have a long way to go, but a stop here would be big. It would keep the Hawks in the contest.
The clock continues to run, but it was an incomplete pass. About 20-some seconds off, but I don't think the official signaled to stop. There's going to be a flag there. They call offside against the Hawks.
Yep.
Not to mention they lost about 25 seconds.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I didn't see that, but, I mean, it was an incomplete pass that should have stopped.
Hot rolls out. The Hawks hold him there. They'll turn it over on downs. Trying to see who that defender was. Was it Peck?
I think it was Peck. Looked like it was Peck.
Got his hand on the ball. Well.
The receiver was open. They were bringing the back hot out of the backfield there. He was open, but Peck made a great individual effort there to get his hand on the football. So, again, long way to it's a steep hill to climb. Still a little bit of a chance for South Harrison. Have to get a score on this drive, and it has to be quick. We can't do a long, methodical drive.
South Harrison backed up at their own 3-yard line. Play clock running down to 3. Snap comes back. Toss back to McFadden. McFadden throws it out. Looks like it's caught. Let's see what the official calls. Yep. Pass out. So it was a toss back to McFadden. McFadden passes it out to Caden Ryan, and they're up to the 9-yard line. So a little more breathing room.
Little room. It looked like McFadden was going to get sacked for a safety there. Got it out at the last second, and a really nice diving catch by Caden Ryan. It looked like it was going to be incomplete. So the breathing room that you mentioned helps a lot.
Ritchie County going to take a timeout. 8:58 to go here in the fourth and final quarter. The Hawks trailing 24-6. So realistically, is this something the Hawks can still pull off time-wise?
Sure. I mean, I think there's enough time.
Big plays. Got to have big
plays.
plays.
Have to be big. They can't. That last drive was awesome.
Yeah.
But it did take up a lot of time. You can't do that. I mean, if you do that drive here and you punch it in, there's going to be 3 minutes left in the game, and it'll be over. So it's got to be whatever tricks, big play type of play calling that Coach Underwood has. It's time to bring it out here and hope they can make some big plays and then, get a turnover on defense, maybe an onside kick, something. I mean, it's going to be that kind of thing if they're going to somehow get back in this game.
It'll be second down and about 4 from their own 9-yard line. Now the pistol. Snap back. Hand off to Haddix. No. Robinson fakes it. He's got a lot of room. It's a big play we were talking about to the 40. He's at midfield, still running. And he'll be hauled in. No, he shakes off another tackle and gets a touchdown.
Great run by Robinson.
That is one of the biggest offensive plays that I have ever seen from this press box. McFadden was down and out several times and shook it off. Pure heart, pure hustle, and a touchdown for the Hawks.
Looked like he was going to get tackled about the 30-yard line. He was able to stiff-arm the player off. And then again, it looked like maybe at the 10, somehow Robinson able to gut it out and dive into the end zone. I mean, I wish the people at home could see that. That was an unbelievable run, and it was a must-have if the Hawks were going to have any chance in this game.
And kudos to you, Danny. You've been saying it really since the beginning of the season. You really felt that Jaron Robinson had that potential.
Yep, he showed it there. Great run, great heart. Let's get this 2-point conversion.
Snap back to McFadden. He's just going to run straight ahead, takes a hit, just trying to bulldoze his way in. Really, it's the same play we saw,
Right, when they had 3 chances from the inside the 1.
Yep. Yeah.
Obviously an athletic play when you make a 90-yard touchdown, but that was a heart. There was he is a fast kid. You have to have some speed, but he gutted that last 30 yards out. That was all want to. That was all he said. We have got to get in the end zone here to have a chance in this game. I can't say enough about that run and the leadership of Jaron Robinson.
Wow. I mean, I think I called him down twice and said no.
Looked like he was going to. I don't know how he stayed up, just other than his will. He willed it in that last 30 yards. And then the dive to the pylon was beautiful. I hope one of the TV stations caught that. That should be the play of the week for sure.
Big time run. Wow. Big time. All right, so it's 24-12 here with 8:43 to go. Onside kick?
I think, I mean, you got to score 2 more times. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst idea.
Does not. It's a short kick, and it's going to be returned for a touchdown. Just like that. Trey Moss. Wow.
That's some scouting, I think, by Ritchie County, in that South Harrison has kicked a lot of those bloop kicks, and they've put legitimate return guys in those spots. I mean, they were trying to really. wasn't a true onside kick, but they were trying to just bloop that over, and you got Moss right in that spot. I mean, usually you put that guy back. They were ready, and he was gone.
30-12, awaiting the 2-point conversion attempt. Handoff, number 22 gets into the end zone. So that makes it 32-12. Frustration now residing on the South Harrison sideline.
It's a shame because they just obviously really grabbed some momentum on the big touchdown run by Robinson. Here we go. We got a chance. And they return the kickoff. And it's just a dagger, really, at this point.
I'm just thinking back, you mentioned the possibilities of Jaron Robinson and wanting to see him more involved in the offensive scheme, which is odd to say being the quarterback, but using his feet more. When you go back to that run, it was just a tremendous run.
Right. He showed the ability, and that, like to see that about. No, obviously you're not going to get that play every time, but I'd like to see him with the ball running it maybe 10 or 12 times a game. Instead, where it's maybe been 1 or 2, I like to see it be about 10 or 12 times a game. And then throw it, at least 6 to 8 times. Give him a chance to make a play in that 15 to 20 plays where it's about Jaron Robinson. I think he has the ability to do that. And then, you can still give McFadden 30 to 35 touches in that equation.
Moss kicks it away, takes a hop into the hands of Caden Ryan over the 25. And he's wrapped up by number 13, Marlon Moore, at right about the 27-yard line.
Well, we said it at the beginning, this Ritchie County team is for real. They've proven that. This is definitely they're a playoff team. I think they're a team that can, make a run in the playoffs. Possibly even into the semifinal level. That being said, I think that South Harrison has shown the ability to play with this team. The score is not indicative of how competitive this game has been. We've had 2 drives that could have been, should have been touchdowns.
I think the first half was very competitive. I'm not. Do you agree that the second half hasn't been as
a little bit more Ritchie County, but if they get that other touchdown, that would have changed that some.
That's true. Play clock runs down, and Coach Underwood calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. The score here, 32-12, 8:27 to go here in the contest.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
We want to thank the Good Hope Hawks Nest for supporting us this evening. They sponsor our halftime show, and they are extending the restaurant hours after every South Harrison home game. Stop in. The restaurant and convenience store will be open until 10. And then on Saturdays, you have the WVU Game Day Special, $19.95 for 1 medium pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 liters of Pepsi for $19.95. And, of course, if you purchase that, you get entered into a chance to win 2 free tickets to a WVU football game. Handoff there from Jaron Robinson to number 3, Jacob Haddix, who runs ahead for about 3, up over the 30 to the 31. 2nd down and 7.
Well, we talked some about West Virginia in moral victories. I mean, I know there's still 8 minutes to go, but do you kind of feel like you can pull some positives out of this for the Hawks, even though it's going to be a loss?
Well, they just fumbled the football, and Ritchie County fell on top of it, I do believe. We'll see.
I think it squirted out one other time, and Haddix was able to get it.
Yep.
But it was right there in Ritchie County's hands for the taking.
I don't know. I'm trying to put myself on that sideline, and I think that I don't know. I just feel like the latter part of the second half hasn't been the best,
Gotcha.
and I think that it's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth, which can also be a good thing.
Yeah, it can be turned around for something good.
3rd down and 9 from the 29. Snap back to Robinson. Rolls out and fumbles the football, and they're going to say he was down, but I do not think he was. Doesn't matter.
It was a fumble, but the hard thing is that's the second time they've done it, and I commented on it. I'm going to say it again. You're rolling him. He's a right-handed quarterback. You're rolling him to his left. I mean, you can't possibly go full speed because you got to turn your body, and you can see it. It's a struggle. It's
you could tell he struggles with it. Yeah,
and and it's hard if you're right hand. And it's not like they were on. That was the wide side. They were in the middle of the field. They could have run that to either side.
Thomas Check on to punt it away. He does. Takes a hop at the 45 and a South Harrison roll down into Rebel territory at about the 41-yard line. And that's where Ritchie County will start their next drive. 6:11 to go. Ritchie County on top, 32-12.
I think the word for me right now, if we had to say, is disappointment in the sense of obviously you come into the game with high hopes. They're not going to get the win. It's disappointing. In the first half, you're driving down the field. You've got it. You're going to take the lead. You have a unforced error. That's disappointing. You drive down in the second half. You get at the goal line. You can't punch it in. It's disappointing. You get a 90-yard touchdown run. You think you're back in the game. Then you return to kickoff. Disappointing.
Handoff there to number 22, Caden Procasina. And I believe it's enough for a first down. It is back into South Harrison territory to about the 47. And it'll be a first down for the Rebels.
I want to talk a little bit more about the points you were making that as this second half has gone on, it's not been as pretty. And what we're seeing is a Ritchie County offense taking more and more control of this game. We've talked more about the Hawk miscues or missed opportunities, but this offense for Ritchie County is rolling.
Moss gets the handoff. Actually, a correction, that's number 30, Graydon McKinney. Gains about 2 on the play.
Doesn't it look like they have like 3 backs that look exactly the same? Like if they didn't have
if there were no numbers,
that you could not tell. I mean, it's like 3 mirror images of Moss. I mean, there's like 3 of them, and then they've got Christian McCaffrey, out there, number 22,
and then 44, Garrett
is a
Owens,
big guy, total
6
change
foot.
of pace.
Yeah,
and their quarterback can throw the ball well, and he handles it well in the backfield. It's a good football team.
Hand off to Moss, first down and more, still on his feet. The 20, 15, and into the end zone for another Ritchie County touchdown. But there is a flag, and they're signaling for a hold. No, it's a block in the back against Ritchie County, so it's coming back. Well, the South Harrison crowd cheering, and you can hear the boos coming from the Ritchie County side. I'm sure the block in the back had a lot to do with that, or the call. The call had a lot to do with that.
They were not happy with the call. We didn't mind it.
Not at all. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Ball is backed up now to the 46. And Coach Hott going to run the play clock down and take a timeout. We'll step away as well. 32-12, 5:13 to go. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
Back here at Gary Barnett Field, where the Hawks are trailing the Rebels. The score here, 32-12, 5:13 to go here in the 4th and final quarter. And the Rebels they have the football facing 2nd down and 9 from their own 46.
I mean, obviously at this point we can, pretty much call it the Hawks are going to drop to 3-3, but it does set up still another big game. It doesn't put them out of the playoffs picture by any means. I do think whatever you want to call it, I feel like the Hawks did show me that they have stepped up their level of play, and I think against Tigers Valley, it's going to be a big game next week.
Handoff to number 5, Marcus Jones, and he's brought down hard by number 53, Jason Lassamar. Gain of 1 up to the 45 brings up 3rd down, and it's a long 9.
Getting a lot of younger players in now at this point, both sides.
Handoff to number 11, Seth Hardy, who comes right in and runs for about 10 and gets down to the 35 and moves the chains.
Look like what we've been seeing from the other kids.
Indeed. I just keep looking at the clock, and the word you used was disappointing, and you feel it,
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sinking in. Handoff to Jones, has a 1st down, and Moore down near the 20 to about the 21. That moves the chains again.
And that's his first carry, I think, of the night, right? I mean, have we seen him
second? Carry, yeah.
I mean, he matches the same description we talked about. They got like 3 kids, make it 4, that are pretty much the same, look the exact same when they run the football.
First down and 10 from the 21. Movement. I saw the movement. Flags fly. False start. 5-yard penalty. Backs them up 5. Brings up 1st down and 15. Ball back at the 26. Whew. And off to number 11, Seth Hardy. A ton of speed there. He's a sophomore and picked up about 7.
Just moving the ball at will at this point, even though it is the second unit. Against second unit, it looks about the same as what we were starting to see really in the second half from the first units.
Second down and 4 now from the 14. Hand off to Jones, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by number 45, Michael Radcliffe. Well, it'll be interesting to see, as you were mentioning, next week with the homecoming game here, how the Hawks are able to respond against a Tigers Valley team who lost tonight 41-6 to Pendleton.
It'll be a mad football team, but I think it's going to be, again, another opportunity or test to show exactly where this Hawk team is. I think they're definitely a much better football team than they were week 1. I think that they have potential to be a playoff team, but that's probably going to be determined next week. I mean, if they would lose next week, then you'd have to run the table to be 6-4 and hope that there's enough points out there. There probably is, but it would get really, really difficult. Next week, you got to get a win.
Hardy with the run there. He's tackled by number 33, Parker Bunch. Hardy gets the handoff again, and I believe into the end zone. Yep. To your point there about next week's football game, yes, I think so. You're going to fall to 3-3. You still got some quality. I'm going to stand by what I said last week. I think you've still got some quality wins out there in front of you, and with a ton of bonus points. So I think you can lose 4 and probably be knocking on the end zone door or the playoff door, and maybe get in, right? But extra point attempt there, no good. Hit the bar. Anyway, so I think you can. I think South Harrison can afford to lose 1 more.
I think it depends who they beat. And I think that's why I feel next week's a critical game because of the amount of points they can get from Tigers Valley. And I think of the remaining games against the teams with a lot of points.
Tigers Valley's going to have a lot of points.
I think that's one of the easier ones left. I agree. I feel like St. Mary's is going to be a more difficult opponent than Tigers Valley is. And so just as I look down the line, we're going to need a lot of points if we go 6-4, and I think that's a critical one. That's my take on that game.
38-12 is the score with 1:39 left in the game.
I still feel like it was more competitive than 38-12. I mean, they did take control of this game in the second half. You're right. But I still feel like the Hawks were in it more than it feels right now.
I don't know what we're waiting on. Moss kicks it. It's a short kick. Radcliffe trying to get a handle on it, and Parker Bunch comes in and falls on top of it right around the 33-yard line. And you can hear the Ritchie County Rebel fans from the other side of the field cheering on their football team, who you come to a tough place to play. I mean, no matter what kind of season you're having, it's a tough place to play.
I think they know it's a quality win here tonight. I mean, you come into Lost Creek and you get a win. I agree. Anytime it's a good thing, but it's a South Harrison team that has 3 wins, probably going to win some more games down the line. So it's points for them and maybe a bid to try to host a playoff game.
That's a good point. Caden Davis in at quarterback. Hands it off to Parker Bunch. turns the corner, gets up over the 35, knocked out of bounds around the 36, and brings up second down.
I mean, I don't know the rest of Ritchie County's schedule. I know they moved. I think is at 5-1 at this point, and they're obviously thinking playoffs, but they got to be starting to think, hey, a home game would be great, and this kind of win is where you can get some extra points. That could be critical to put you in the position to get that.
You got to think about the Hawks. They finished their season against Tucker County, who's struggling. So, these quality wins are going to be crucial over the next several weeks. Handoff to Parker Bunch, who runs ahead near midfield, picks up a first down for the Hawks.
Bunch runs hard. We talk about him. It seems like we've talked about him on multiple weeks, just playing hard, running hard. He's doing that again here tonight when he's had opportunities to. Nice run on that play.
And Ritchie County calls a timeout. 36 seconds left to go in the game. Disappointing.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
I think that's the word for the night. But the Hawks will have to bounce back. The coaching staff's going to have to do it, and I think they will do a good job this week of reining the kids back in and saying, hey, it's not by no means the end of the season. They've got everything out in front of them that they would still want to do, and next week becomes a big, big game.
(38-12) here. 41 seconds remain on the clock. They added 5. Caden Davis in at quarterback. He's going to keep it. He hesitated there, and that was, I think, to his. He hesitated there on that run, and I thought that, stopped that momentum and gave
I couldn't tell, though, if he missed the handoff and that's why, or if it was just straight up hesitation because just a hesitancy, I guess.
Yeah. No gain, second down and 10. Technically, it's a loss. Second down and 11 is what we'll call it. Davis keeps it and runs ahead. He'll get thrown forward for about 2 yards. And I would imagine that is the final play of the game. We'll see. It looks like it's going to be. Well, Danny, as you said it, disappointing indeed. I want to thank all of our sponsors this evening. It is a final 38-12. The Hawks will fall to 3-3. Ritchie County will move their record to 5-1. Our listeners, you still have time to get to the Good Hope Hawks Nest. They've extended their hours until 10 p.m. The restaurant and convenience store both open until 10 p.m. Also, Saturday's WVU Game Day Special includes 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 liters of Pepsi for $19.95. Each special purchased will give you 1 entry to win 2 free tickets to a WVU football game. We'll take a break. When we come back, give you the player of the game and recap everything here. The final 38-12. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School.
Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400, located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning.
The final here at Gary Barnett Field, the Hawks not able to get the W here tonight. 38-12 is the final. Ritchie County comes to Lost Creek and gets the W, and it sets up now for a very crucial game next week for the Hawks because, again, you think that you have to get that win.
I think you do. I think it's a big-time game. And I think the Hawks have a good chance in it. I know Tigers Valley was undefeated coming into the night and had a good record and was highly ranked, but I think I don't think their schedule was that difficult. I don't think they're the team that Ritchie County is. The South Harrison's going to have to clean it up, though. I mean, you can't make these mistakes, and that was one of the points I made at the beginning, before the game, was, you can't make mistakes that's going to hurt you. I think that was a big part of it. I mean, Ritchie County's good, but there were, some things we pointed out that really hurt South Harrison. You got to clean those things up. If they do, and if they come out and continue to play the balanced offense and the defense does some things, I think South Harrison can get a win next week. So
we take a look back at that fumbled snap. We debated whether it would be a game changer, was it?
It was, absolutely. I think that was, it probably, if they don't do that and they punch that in, they take the lead. They probably take the lead into the locker room. Yeah. It was a game-changing miscue. Unfortunate. It did not go the Hawks' way.
Well, when we think about player of the game, who you got for Ritchie County?
I mean, a lot of players did good. I could name a few. I'm going to go with number 33, Trey Moss. I thought he kind of was he's their go-to guy, although I think they have two or three other guys that look exactly like him. I really like the quarterback as well with some throws and his ball handling, but the playmaking ability and speed of Moss was big. I'm going to give it to him.
Game changer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to go actually with number 3, Jacob Haddix, and it's more of a collective decision because of the improvement that we've seen. Obviously, South Harrison's playmakers start with McFadden. You think Robinson. But I really like the way Haddix has been playing, and not only on the offensive end of the field, but also on the defensive end. And he really is developing into a tremendous football player for this South Harrison team. And when you think about his age, he's a sophomore. That's good for that. That speaks well for what the future holds here at South Harrison.
He had a nice reception tonight as well, yeah. And I definitely think he has become a weapon for this team, and he's developed and become a legitimate threat. Can't argue with that pick.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for listening to Hawk Nation. We're back on the air next week. It's homecoming. Big game. Tigers Valley coming to town. South Harrison likely to fall out of the top 16, I would imagine, after tonight's loss. We'll see how that all shakes out. Obviously, Tigers Valley is going to fall as well. Still would be in the hunt there in the top 16. But it's an opportunity for South Harrison to get back in the playoff picture next week against Tigers Valley. So we'll have to see how all that shakes out. But for Danny Knight, I'm Tom Sears. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless. Take care.